Hello and welcome back to the Final Whistle podcast. My name is Harry McBain and I'm joined by Bobby Addison. We're going to bring you a quick video today discussing our Premier League end of season awards, really. We've got a list of the manager of the season, player of the season, signing of the season, goal of the season, and our flop from the season. It's going to be pretty simple. We've got some names each and we'll just go through them. So, Bobby, let's start with you. Who have you got as your manager of the season?
I mean, I think it's pretty. I've just gone for Pep. I don't think really you can justify saying anyone else. I think there's probably other names you could put up as a shout there. I think definitely second place would be David Moyes, just because of what he's done with West Ham. I think obviously everyone thinks it's fantastic. They've done so well. But yeah, I'd go Pep Guardiola just for how well they've done this season, especially with no striker, and then very close second David Moyes.
Yeah, I was thinking similarly. I thought it's going to go to Pep Guardiola, so I went and gave it to David Moyes because it's a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Like, it's mad. They've
True.
took West Ham 16th, 5 points from safety to 6th, 2
Yeah.
points off the top 4, which, I mean, the reason I would have given it to him maybe over Guardiola for that was just because Guardiola's got his squad, which is massive, like the amount of money they've got, and he's doing it with Craig Dawson and Mikel Antonio, which
true.
It's a bit better of an achievement.
He's made a lot. All the signings Moyes has made as well have actually done really well. Whereas
Souček.
some that Guardiola have made, because people always with the Man City fans, they always say we spend money well, but they seem to also blank the facts the amount, because they spend so much and so many, they can afford to have misses. Ake, they spend loads of money on him and he flops, but it doesn't matter because they've got Diaz, and they spend loads of money on who else was it? Who's the other one they bought? Well, no, they spent loads of money on in the past, Bravo. You got Benjamin Mendy as well, and it's they just spend so much there. Some of the players are going to be good eventually.
Yeah, definitely. I thought it's just a different shout. I think, definitely Guardiola deserves it, but Moyes is up there as, if you weren't going to give it to Guardiola, give it to him. Player of the season, who have you gone for? I found there was a few that you could have given it to, but who have you gone for?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you've got the three. You've got Harry Kane, Ruben Diaz, and probably Bruno. But I've obviously just gone for Harry Kane just because of how well he's performed in such just a terrible Tottenham team. They're finishing 7th place, and he's popped up with 22 goals and 13 assists, which is incredible. So I don't really think I could pick anyone else. I think Ruben Diaz is a shout, but I'm going to go for Harry Kane.
Yeah, I've gone for Kevin De Bruyne because he got 6 goals, 12 assists in 25 games. And the fact that he's played as City's fake striker the whole season and still managed to do well. And you could see when City didn't have him, they weren't as well. So I thought it was a person I just shove in there because he did quite well and was key for them for the title. I think
I respect that.
The team's not as good with him in it. With him not in it, so I went with him. But yeah, Kane, it was mad stats, 23 goals or something. Anyway, signing of the season, I went with Ruben Diaz from Benfica because he's just been a bit good. 61 million pounds for what they've got now. I think he'd then go for a couple 100 million or 100+ million now. So, and the impact he came in, stabilized up the defense and got them another title. So I thought that's who I would have gone for. Who have you put for that?
Yeah, well, I think Ruben Diaz is also a fairly obvious choice. So I would go for something maybe a little bit different, maybe a Jesse Lingard or Thomas Souček. Obviously, they've both been really, really good in terms of helping West Ham get along. I think there's been a couple of under the radar ones that I definitely give a shout to Wesley Fofana for Leicester, because I think for 35 million, getting a player like him who's so young, because I think centre backs they've got Soyuncu and Evans. Obviously, Evans is really good, but he's getting older. Yeah, I think bringing in Fofana, he's fit so well and he's so young, and I think it was a great signing. And unfortunately, Leicester have bottled Champions League again, but I think it's just made them an even better team. And with all their young players that have Tielemans and Maddison and stuff like that, I think he's a great signing. Yeah, I think overall I'd go for Fofana.
Yeah, good. He's been very good, very impressive as well. If he keeps going on the way he has been, he's only 20 or whatever. So he could have a good career ahead of him, end up signing for Man City in a few seasons, probably. Next one I've got on the list is goal of the season. Now I got two here. And I'm not going to lie, my awards have been just either City or West Ham this season for them.
Yeah.
So the two I haven't really chose between, but there's one I lean a bit forward to. The two I've got of Foden versus Liverpool, just because when he cut in and scored that, or the other one, which I think I'm gonna go for, is Lanzini versus Spurs.
Yeah, that was my pick.
Just because that strike was incredible.
First of all, it was against Spurs, so it just makes it even more sweet. But the shot is just it's such a great goal. I'm trying to think of any other like honourable ones. I guess I have to say Eric Lamella's goal was class against us. Like that's just 1 in a million goal.
One of the other ones I looked at was Son's goal against you guys as well. He went it was well outside the box. Good. But those, I think Lanzini's is just amazing. I'll try and put it on screen as long as we don't get copyrighted. But,
there was another one I think that was very worth mentioning. Harry Kane against Crystal Palace. I don't know if you know what I mean, but I can see if I can find it because it's just such a.
The Lanzini goal was just amazing. I mean, first when I was going through goals, I was like, oh yeah, Foden's was good, and then I went and researched some other goals. I watched a video of best goals of this season. Lanzini's one, and then there was another one I watched at West Ham, Sebastian Aller's like overhead kick against.
Oh yeah, that's someone. A shout, actually, that was a great goal.
He left it.
I'm trying to. There's been quite a few Man United goals that have had like really nice passing play before them.
I think one of McTominay's versus Leeds was quite good, but nothing on the level of Lanzini. A definite one for him. There's one more that we've gone for with a flop, which I think it's quite an easy one to pick. And his name is Timo Werner, because he's just been awful. He's got 6 goals in 35 games for Chelsea this season in the Premier League. He's had 15 goals disallowed because he can't stay on side most of the time. If he could have got, maybe some of those goals should have counted because of VAR, and they're funny offside. But I think he's a pretty obvious answer. I think he can turn it around though. What have you put for it?
Oh, for flop of the season, it's really hard because there's been so many. I mean, the obvious one that springs to mind for me is Willian, because he's just been so terrible, and it's not like he's even performed badly. He's just done nothing. Well, actually, no, he has been. All the games he's played in, he's just done nothing. He's been so bad, and I think he came in and we were all like not excited because we were like, why has he bought him? But hopeful that he might be able to do something. But yeah, I don't know, for the amount of money they spent, I'll have to, maybe a letdown of the season, maybe not a flop, is James Rodriguez, because I think he started off really well and he's sort of tailed off. Same with Ross Barkley. He also started really well and is also gone to pop now. But yeah, I think I'll have to agree with you and go for Timo Werner just because of how good we thought he was going to be. Like having him in my fantasy team for the first 5 weeks and he's just done absolutely nothing.
He'll be an interesting one to watch next season because he can score, but can he score against better opposition than teams in the Bundesliga? So
I mean, maybe if Chelsea bring in another striker that is better, he might improve. But I don't know. We'll see what they do. I think they probably have to bring in another striker in the summer.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in for this. We've just been given our awards there for the season. If you agree with us, then well done. You've got a good idea about the Premier League. If you don't, then maybe just watch again and change your opinion. But thank you everybody. That was the final whistle.